How are we doing, everybody? Welcome into my first college football 25 video on the channel here today. And of course, we are starting off here in Dynasty mode, one of the best modes in sports gaming history. NCAA Football 14, I played so many Dynasties all the way up until like last week. I was still playing NCAA Football 14, getting ready for this game to come out. So we are here on Dynasty mode. If you are new to the channel, please hit the sub button, hit the like button. Of course, if you're new, I really want to grow this channel with college football coming out. I'd appreciate if you guys help me get to 1,000 subs. We're like just over 760 right now, so I'd really appreciate if you guys could help me out on that journey to 1,000 subs. But Dynasty #1 on the channel here today. There's going to be 2 dynasties going out on this channel. It's going to be an every other day posting. So if you're seeing this one here today, you're going to be seeing a different team with a different dynasty the next day. It's going to be every other day simultaneously, and the dynasties are going to be a little different. Obviously, no, seeing the title, seeing the thumbnail, you know exactly who we're doing here today. We are doing my favorite team, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Hold that thought. There we go, boys. I had to get the jersey on. It's day 1 of college football 25. It's day 1 of the dynasty. So Nebraska Cornhuskers are going to be our #1 first dynasty team. Our second dynasty team will be a smaller school. It's going to be a Group 5 school that we build up to become a title contender. Nebraska, we're basically just restoring the dynasty. That's the plan. It's going to be quicker than the other dynasty. Hopefully, it should be quicker because we have a lot more resources to get better players. And then it just comes down to my stick skills. So hopefully this one will be a lot quicker. But Nebraska is the first team dynasty of choice. We will go in to dynasty setup, and boom, right away you can see the Nebraska Cornhuskers 84 overall offense, defense, and that is good. For an 84 overall. Offense schemes pro style, defense schemes 3-3-5. Obviously, with Tony White being our defensive coordinator, we got the 3-3-5 defensive scheme. I'll probably leave it as that. Offense scheme pro style. We might move around playbooks, so I feel like I need to, but of course, we are going to go ahead and select the head coaching role. I'm not going to go ahead and take over Mike Porter. This is technically like Matt Rule, right? Pipelines, North Texas. That's what Matt Rule's known for, recruiting in Texas. Already level 33, but I'm trying to make it more difficult on myself, so I don't want to take over level 33 coach. We will go ahead and create our new coach, and we get to decide our backstory: tactician, recruiter, or motivator. So if we go motivator, players are going to play to their best, so they're going to get ratings boosts, and their composure is going to be better. Recruiter, obviously, we're going to recruit at a higher level earlier, and tactician, boost my players' ratings on game day. Okay, so I'm guessing with tactician, you get better ratings if players are more of like a scheme fit in a way. Motivator, people are just going to play better automatically. Maybe tactician helps you like in-game. Motivator, kind of, I don't know. They kind of like go hand in hand in a way. Obviously, they don't in real life. Tactician's like playbook. Motivators like get your best out of your guys, even if they're lower overalls. And then, of course, recruiter, you're just going to get a head start in recruiting. I'm going to go ahead and do recruiter. I know everyone's kind of doing recruiter, but, you know, I want to do my best to, you know, land as many good players as possible. First name, last name, always be recruiting. No, we're going to go ahead and name ourselves our name. Just like the Rams franchise, if y'all are familiar with that dynasty, not dynasty franchise, I got no idea what I'm saying here, but we're going to roll with our boy Trey O'Display. Welcome back, King. You have fallen from the NFL ranks of winning Super Bowls with the Rams, and now you are the head coach here at Nebraska. I'm going to leave it with Nebraska Pro Style Offense for now. That is subject. Can't speak. Working my best right now to change. Keeping 3-3-5 defense. Alma mater. I could do mine, but they're not in the game, so let's just go ahead, and it literally doesn't matter. Let's just say we went to Nebraska. Cool. Pipeline. I think this is something I'm gonna keep similar to Mac Rule. Like, I think North Texas, we will go ahead and keep that. Adaptive AI, we'll leave that as balance, and hostile will leave as balance, and we're gonna leave offense and defense aggressive at 50. That's fine. Appearance. Let's find something that looks kind of like me. I mean, this one's like kind of close, but I'm probably not going to go with that. We need to find something a little more like myself. I cannot believe how many headsets there are for coaches, though. This is insane. There's like 1,000 of them. I'm only on 200. I'm still scrolling. It's not important. I also think the lower you go down, the more gray your hair comes, so that's also interesting. All right, I've been looking for too long. We're just going to settle on this. That looks good enough. That looks like me. It doesn't, but it's okay. Physique. I want to go with kind of what I am in real life. So that is more like 5'5", and we got to get the LBs 5'5", 400. That suits me pretty well. And coach apparel, let's get myself into the sweater. Yeah, we're dripping out. We're looking good. A 5'5" king. That's my boy. It's a SKW, boy. It's a short king weekend. All right. So looking at this, we can kind of go through Nebraska. Being a fan and how old I am, I really didn't start paying attention, like truly paying attention, until like 07, 08, I'd say. And then this was like the peak of my Nebraska fandom, was like the 09 Ndamukong Suh days, early Taylor Martinez, Bo Pelini, when Taylor Martinez was running all over the Big 12. And then, Bo Pelini gets fired after another consecutive 9-win season. We hire Mike Riley. We go 6-7. We get to the Gator Bowl. Then we have our best season under Mike Riley. For the most part, we go 9-4. In 2015, 6-7. I really don't even remember going 9-4 in 2016, but it's just crazy. And then the Scott Frost era begins in 2017. We don't ever make a bowl game. Matt Rule gets hired in 2023. We go 5-7. And now it's my time to hopefully get us to be bowl eligible. I am a firm believer in Matt Rule, by the way. I do believe Matt Rule can get us back to being a competitive program in the Big Ten, for sure. So me firing Matt Rule, there's no Matt Rule in this game, but me being a new coach doesn't mean I don't believe Matt Rule. Matt Rule is my guy. But here we go. Before we jump into everything, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys league settings. Here, we are, of course, playing on Heisman. I'm going to start, I think, with 8-minute quarters, and we'll see how that goes. Everything else is going to be on full control. I'm going to do, obviously, recruit myself, not auto-progress myself. XP slider-wise, I'm not going to touch anything yet. Not XP, but gameplay sliders. Not XP, but gameplay sliders. I'm not going to touch anything yet. I kind of want to see how the game plays before I feel like if I need to tweak something, we'll tweak it throughout the year. It's kind of a, no one has any idea yet at this point. The game's obviously brand new, so we're going to go ahead and leave it as it is. Let's go ahead and before we set up the recruiting board, let's go ahead and let's take a look at the team. Let's go through everything. So most exciting part of this roster, of course, is having the 5-star freshman, Dylan Raiola. Obviously, major get for Matt Rule. Huge recruiting win. Flipped him last second after being committed to Georgia for about a year. Obviously, he originally committed to Ohio State as a sophomore. Ended up decommitting, committed to Georgia. Moved out there to Georgia for his senior of high school. Got through his senior year and then decided to change of heart and flip to Nebraska. So 5-star Dylan Raiola is going to be a big thing here. You can see how high school rating, he was a 5-star. Physicals, he's got sleight of hand, step up, resistance, dot, pull down, pro potential is his deal breaker. He's a star development. So, yeah, we are hopeful that Dylan Raiola can, kind of just be our guy here for the first few years of this dynasty. I mean, ideally he balls out and he's gone by his junior year to the NFL, but hopefully he gets us a bunch of wins at that time. Heinrich Harburg, he was the starter last year after Jeff Sims got benched. And obviously he was very one-dimensional. He's a runner. I mean, he's got 89 speed, which is great. I'm surprised he doesn't have more strength than 64, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, he's a running quarterback. He has a pretty live arm. 90 throw power, just the accuracy, decision making isn't the greatest. Pocket awareness, all that stuff. So real big physical athlete. He'll kind of just be our safety net if Raiola gets hurt. And hypothetically, I could look to move him to like a tight end. I know that's kind of talked about in real life a little bit of like him moving positions if he doesn't win this job, which no one expects him to win this job in real life over Raiola. But I'm going to keep him at quarterback here. Danny Kalen, 4-star, 3-star. I wonder what they have Madison here. He was like a 3-star on some sides, a 4-star on the other side. Yeah, he's a 3-star, which makes sense. But it's still a decent recruiting win for Nebraska. I think overall in general, he's from Nebraska. He wanted to be a Cornhusker, but originally committed to Mizzou because we were going heavy after Raiola. Raiola went to Georgia. Kalen flipped to Nebraska, and then we end up flipping Raiola. So Kalen stuck around. He's still on the roster in real life. But running back wise, Gabe Urban Jr., who I think this is it's not modeled after him because Gabe Urban is not from Omaha like this Michael Beckwith is. Michael Beckwith's not a real player, but yeah, so hopefully he won't be playing for us. But Dante Dowdle, transfer they got from Oregon. I think he's more of like the 3rd, 4th back in real life, maybe second potentially. But Emmett Johnson, who was a starter on the back end of the season last year for Nebraska, I'll probably start him as our top running back with Ramir Johnson as the backup, who's now in like his 6th year in Nebraska. Amir's been there throughout the entire Frost era, man. He's been there forever, or for most of the Frost era. And then Quinn Ives, decent recruit that maybe has some potential. Rule got out of New Jersey. Jenner and Bonner, he's not playing fullback anymore in real life. They moved him back out to like receiver, tight end, but he'll be playing fullback for us in this. Receivers, our top 2 receivers are transfer receivers from the portal this past year. Jamal Banks from Wake Forest, former all ACC caliber player. So 8th year overall, hopefully he can have a good senior year for us in here. Isaiah Nayor, huge transfer portal guy a couple years ago out of Wyoming. And he ended up going to Texas, dealt with some injury concerns at Texans, back in the portal. Nebraska gets him for his final year of college football. Hopefully he can stay healthy in real life and, of course, in this. Malachi Coleman, Jalen Lloyd, 2 really good-looking young receivers at football. Pause. God damn it. All right. Cut that. Now we'll leave that in. But yeah, Malachi Coleman from Lincoln. Good recruiting win for the Huskers. Yeah, he's a big physical, 6'4", 190, fast, 96 speed dog. Jalen Lloyd put up a lot of production last year as a freshman, 97 speed, absolute burner. Also runs track at Nebraska. He's a super fun player. Had a couple big touchdowns for the Huskers last year. Isaiah Garcia Castaneda, final year of his college eligibility, came over from New Mexico State like 2 years ago. It's funny. He transferred to Nebraska from New Mexico State, played in like 2 games at Frost's last year, ended up leaving the team, entering the portal throughout Frost's last year. And then Matt Rule comes in. He comes back to Nebraska. He gets hurt like first game of the season, and then he was out for the whole year. But he's back 1 more year. Ja'Cory Bonnie, freshman out of Florida. Good 4-star recruit. And then Alex Bullock, he played a lot last year. And then we got some more freshmen. Davon Hall from Nebraska. Keelan Smith, a legacy. Jaden Doss, who actually moved to cornerback, it looks like in real life. Probably going to keep him a receiver here. And Isaiah McMorris, another freshman out of Omaha. And Alfonso Allen is not real. Thomas Fidone, former big-time recruit, number 1, number 2 tight end in the country coming out of high school, has already had 2 major knee injuries, and he's an A2 overall. Hopefully he can do well for us in this because he's still a good player. He just needs to stay healthy. Borkature is what it is, and it's unfortunate Nebraska's number 2 recruit behind Dylan Raiola is not in this game. Carter Nelson, number 1, 2, 3-ish tight end in the country from Nebraska. Not Elkhorn. He's from Ainsworth, Nebraska. I don't know why I said Elkhorn. Ainsworth, Nebraska. He's not in the game, unfortunately, but is what it is. Teddy Prohaska going to start left tackle for us. Dealt with some injuries in real life, but hopefully he'll be solid. Justin Evans Jenkins is a higher overall than Mazuka, who was a transfer from Florida. So I'll probably roll with the younger guy. Ben Scott, one of our best offensive linemen. I cannot believe he's not a higher overall than Justin Evans Jenkins and Prohaska, but a guy that got out of the portal 2 years ago from Arizona State, so he's 2nd year in the program. Turner Corcoran and Letowski, both similar overalls. Probably just start Corcoran as a senior, and then Bryce Benhart, probably our 2nd best offensive lineman. He was really not great as a young guy. He's been playing since he was a freshman, but he also wasn't ready to be playing. Frost kind of just thrust him in there because they needed him to play, and he was actually really good last year for the first time. So hopefully he builds off that in real life. Ty Robinson, 78 overall. Cool to have Ty back. He came back for 1 more year. AJ Rom's kind of excited for in real life. We'll see how he does here. Ashton Murphy, another guy. Mason Goldman, young guys. Young Nebraska kids. Jamari Butler, 76 overall. Cam Lenhart, who is a stud in real life. He had a great freshman year before he got hurt toward the end, so hopefully Lenhart develops well in this. Nash Hutmacher, also a wrestler on the Nebraska wrestling team this past year. One of our best defense players. Riley Ben Popple from Argyle. Yep. Brody Tagaloa, who got in a bad accident last year, got in a car accident or something, so he missed all last year, took a red shirt. And then Sua Lefota, young guy, D-tackle. MJ Sherman, former Georgia Bulldog. I think he was a 5-star. Let's see if they have that in here. 4-star. Final year, hopefully has a solid year for Principal Umemielen. Gotta work on saying that. Another freshman last year with Rule's first class. He had a really good season, so hopefully he can develop for us. Willis McGahee's kid. Willis McGahee, the 4th. Took him out of Miami. Hopefully he'll be solid. Mab Noonan, another Nebraska kid. Middle linebacker Stephen Thompson, transfer from Syracuse. Jabin Wright's been here on Nebraska forever. Dylan Rogers, Texas kid. Jason Pittman, awesome, I guess. John Bullock, another old guy on the roster. Should be solid. Micah Gabera had a lot of really good spurts last year for Nebraska, so looking forward to see what he can do for us in this. Tommy Hill, I mean, in the game, our best defensive player. Hopefully, he is an NFL draft pick in real life, and hopefully, he'll be an NFL draft pick in this game. Mountain Hart's a little undersized corner at 5'9", but hopefully, he'll be solid for us. We got Bly Hill out of the transfer portal in real life, guy who was playing like small town, small college, and Rule took him just for the 6'3", 185, showed spurts on tape. So he hope maybe he can develop, be solid for us. Ethan Nation, pretty sure he's no longer on the roster in real life, so I might move him down the board or encourage him to hit the portal once we get to the offseason, just because he's not on the team. Dwight Boodle, brother of DiCaprio Boodle, and DiCaprio graduated a few years ago. So Boodle, younger brother's here. We got Mario Buford, 4-star recruit out of DeSoto, Dallas area. I guess he's as a rated high school rating 3-star, but I'm pretty sure he was a 4-star. But it is what it is. Maybe he can develop for us and a couple other young DBs there. Marquise Buford, that's Mario Buford's older brother. He's one of our better defenders. He was hurt a lot last year in real life, missed like the whole season, so hopefully he can be solid for us. And yeah, DeAndre Barnes, that's a real guy. Don't know. I don't think these guys are real. They might be. If they are, they're like walk-ons. They probably are, and I apologize if I don't know who you are. Isaac Gifford, 85 overall. Wow, good for Gifford. 85 overall. Strong safety for us. Kobe Brett's a Nebraska kid. Deshaun Singleton, I think, should be higher overall than 77. He was really good last year before he got hurt, but it is what it is. Roger Gradney, 4-star recruit from Texas. Rex Guthrie was there as well. Tristan Albano kind of had a up and down years, a freshman as a kicker for Nebraska, but 94 kick power in the game, which is nice. And then Brian Buschini, like senior punter. So it's kind of a breakdown of the roster. I know I kind of went in kind of a little bit of depth with everybody, but them being my favorite team and me being like a huge college football Nebraska fan, I'm very familiar with their team and everything. So before we go into set up recruiting board and scout prospects, we do have 5 coaching points that we are going to go ahead and use right now. Of course, it'll have to be with recruiter. I'm not going to worry about quarterback yet because that's not something we need with Dylan Raiola. Defensive line important. I think like everything on the defense is pretty important. We're really young at receiver and talented. We've got some good young running backs. I think I'm going to go offensive line for the first one. That's what I'm going to go with, offensive line. You can never not have enough offensive linemen, so that's what I'm going to start with, offensive line for this. Set up recruiting board and scout prospects. Here we go. First time touching recruiting here in this game. I do have a pretty good idea of what I'm doing here based on watching people's videos from this past week and everything, but it tells me we need 2 running backs, which seems like a lot. 2 quarterbacks, which also seems like a lot. I think if we just try to take one of everything we need, quarterback, running back, tight end, left tackle, center, Jesus, we need a lot of positions according to this. We need everyone on defense too. All right. There's really no wrong answer. Team need isn't maybe as important. So let's go ahead and let's see where we want to start here. Maybe we should start here with people that are fully interested in us first and get these guys on the board. Like Broderick Bullet, sick name, Aurora, Colorado. Got to steal him away from Dion and the Buffs. But 4-star has interest in us. We'll, of course, add him to the board. I think right now I'm just going to start with guys that have high interest in us. Like, I mean, I will add these 2-stars to the board. And then if they happen to be like, I mean, because they could hypothetically be gems and everything. So athlete Devontae Follow, we'll get him on the board. These guys are now second interest in us. Herschel Gilliam, right end from Wisconsin, second interest, get him on the board. We'll get the left tackle on the board. Like I said, I'm probably just going to go through and add maybe 15 people to the board, and it's really just going to be these 3-stars. And so, yeah, we're going to go ahead. We're going to add everybody that is first and second interest on the board right now, and then we will go to our guys that are third, and we'll get a couple of these guys on the board. So we'll get a quarterback in DeJuan Gilliam on the board out of Utah. We'll get wide receiver Avery Boger on the board. Boger, 3-star tight end. We have 875 hours, so I think I could easily get 20 people on the board here. So I'm just going to go in and get a couple more 4-stars that have interest in us, and then we will, free safety there. We'll start there with 22 targets. So set up, I already set it up. I don't know why I backed out, but here we go. Prospect list. So now's the time where we can go in and actually scout these guys out. So Broderick Bullet, we're his number 1 team. So 4-star, if he looks good scouting wise, we're going to, of course, probably go all in on him for a little bit. But fully scout him out. Did take a decent amount of points, about 50 points there. 92 speed, 93 acceleration, 72 man. And his zone is an 80 zone. So it looks pretty good. We'll go ahead and offer him a scholarship. He's a JUCO player. But we'll maybe wait on him. We'll kind of just go down and make sure we scout out. He's number one interest on us. We'll fully scout him out. Maybe he'll be a decent player. He is a gem. He's a JUCO, but that's why we fully scouted him out. We'll throw ahead and throw him a Scully. And we got Terrence Dragos. Terrence Dragos, sick name, right guard from West Des Moines, Iowa. Some lower schools going after him. Northern Illinois, number 2, and then we got some other. One lower school, and then we got Minnesota, Michigan State, Iowa State. But we'll fully scout him out. Might wait on the scholarship. Yeah, we're not gonna go ahead and throw him a Scully just yet. Because we want to, I'd throw him a Scully if he was a gem, but he's not a gem, so I'm not going to overdo it there. Fully scout out Jaquez Crum. Another guy that's not a gem. Devontae Fala, 6'3", 254. Interesting to see what position he's going to be at. Looks maybe like a receiver, potentially, or tight end. Probably tight end, 6'3", 254. Yeah, definitely seems like a tight end. We'll go ahead and throw him a scholarship. Herschel Gilliam, speed rusher from Wisconsin. Wisconsin's going after him, so he might not be a guy we end up getting, but we will fully scout him. And he's a gem, so this is a 5-star caliber player. Now that we know he's a gem, so that's a guy we should be going after heavy. Cameron Yarbrough, 2-star left tackle from Omaha, 6'6", 320. This dude is massive. It only took us 3 things to scout him out. We go ahead and do that. We will hold off on the offer, though. Nate Swoop, Bellevue, Nebraska kid. I accidentally hit offer scholarship, but he is a 3-star, so hopefully he's not a bust, and I regret that. Just keep fully scouting him out. Not a bust, so that's fine. Derek Keglar, another Wisconsin kid. Right tackle, 6'4", 291. Fully scout him out as well. Go ahead and throw him a Scully. Jason Sly from Nebraska, number 3 player in the state. Be a gem, buddy. Be a gem. Looks like he's fast. 88 speed. Maybe not as fast as I thought, but 88 acceleration is pretty decent to go along with that. We'll go ahead and throw him a scholarship. And just like that, we've only got to, we're about 10 guys deep, and we are over halfway. So I want to go ahead and fully scout out these 4-stars. I think that's the plan the rest of the way, and get them scholarships. We'll hold off on the 3-stars for now. So 4-star, Jawan Witherspoon, we will fully scout him out as well. And he's a gem. That's why we do it, baby. Council Bluffs, Iowa. We need to make sure that he comes to Nebraska. We'll offer him a scholarship. I was seeing in some people's videos they're like fully scouting players out and then forgetting to offer them scholarships. So I'm trying to be very tedious to make sure I remember to offer scholarships. Deontay Ferris, another gem. Haven't found a bust yet, so that's a positive. Marco Hinish, tight end. Taking me a lot of points to scout him out, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and we'll throw him a scholarship. Quarterback, only quarterback on our board, DeJuan Gilliam, number 2 player in the state of Utah. We'll see how he looks. I do like quarterbacks that have maybe a little bit of speed. Looks like he should have some good speed. He's a bust. I'm still going to offer him a scholarship because he's going to play like a 3-star, but that is definitely disappointing. Okay. Got 200 hours left to play with. Got to be smart here what we do with it. Wide receiver, Avery Boger. 95 speed. That's a guy I definitely want to get on my squad. Just over 140 hours left. Got to make sure I fully scout out the rest of these 4-stars or as much as I can. As much as I can here. Okay, we are officially under 100 hours. Offer scholarship there to him. Steven Waddle. Gonna be probably one of the last players I can fully scout out here. He's a bust, but he's a 3-star. We'll still go ahead and throw him a scholarship. Okay. A couple more people here. Free safety. We haven't had a free safety on the board. So we'll go ahead and we will get one more scout with him. And then we'll offer him a scholarship. All right. So that's how we're going to set up our board here first. There's some guys that I hadn't got a chance to get an offer out onto yet, but that's what the recruiting hours. If we were hired to your program, we would have been able to get more out there, but we are not as high as a program as hopefully we will go ahead and become All right. So I want to check here on red shirts. I don't know. Do I redshirt players? I think I can right now. So Kalen, I won't redshirt. We can only redshirt guys that like I know for sure are not going to play. Like Mike Morris isn't going to play. Keelan Smith and Devon Hall shouldn't be playing. Stewart, that's fine. Grant Bricks is going to get a red shirt. Everyone that's like not slanted to like be 3 deep, that's young, is going to get a red shirt. Like no doubt in my mind. Even Alonzo Brackens is going to get a red shirt. McGahee will get a red shirt. I mean, we have a lot of safety, so I'm gonna redshirt Buford and Evan Taylor. We'll get Callaway a red shirt, and we'll get both these freshmen Gradney and Guthrie red shirts as well. Okay. Obviously, with the red shirt rule, you can play 4 games and still have your red shirt, so that's honestly, really no big deal. Custom schedules. I'm not going to change anything with the custom schedules because this is exactly who Nebraska plays in real life. They start the season with UTEP, Colorado at home, night game. Then this is the University of Northern Iowa, not FCS Northwest. Obviously, they're not in the game, but this is UNI. Then we host Illinois. We go to Purdue, host Rutgers, go to Indiana, go to Ohio State, which is going to be tough. But prior to that, I mean, other than the Colorado game, we should have a good chance of starting the season pretty well. Like, we should be able to get by UTEP. Colorado's going to be tough. We should be able to obviously be FCS Northwest. And then we have like 4 easier Big Ten games with Illinois, Purdue, Rutgers, Indiana. I mean, Illinois is Illinois. They should be okay. Purdue's Purdue. They'll be okay. Rutgers is probably going to be the toughest matchup. Rutgers should be pretty decent this year in real life. Indiana shouldn't be anything. And like I said, then we get to Ohio State. That's going to be a bloodbath more than likely. UCLA at home should be a winnable game. At USC should be tough, but they're not. They're no Ohio State. Wisconsin, Iowa are kind of similar. It's like we could easily lose the both teams, but I could also see us beating both teams in this. It obviously also depends on how I play. But looking at it from a real life perspective, I mean, Nebraska, their goal really should be, they should be shooting for a bowl game in real life. But we'll go ahead and we will advance this to next week. We don't have a game here in the first week of the season, so we'll get a chance to recruit again. First time seeing this, players at risk of transferring. Chris Stewart, tight end, due to playing time. Whatever. All right, bye week time. Time to get some recruiting done. We have 700 hours to play with. And so we need to go ahead and be smart. I think I'm not like Dragos. I'm not going to go for him. Like if they want him, they can have him. Northern Illinois. Same with Jaquez Crum. You guys want him, you can have him, to be honest. I know I probably just offered him a scholarship and everything, but it is what it is. But first and foremost, Broderick Bullitt, one of our top guys on our board here. We will go ahead and add an action for him. And I think this is a guy, 4-star. You know what? Let's make sure we get to our gems here first. The guys that we know are gems. So, like Herschel Gilliam. First and foremost, if we look at the overview on him, Wisconsin's going after him hard. So, obviously, we were both teams that have offered him. If Wisconsin goes after him hard, we might be in trouble as well because he is from Wisconsin. But we're going to do what we can. We're going to go ahead and send the house right away. Going to go ahead and send the house right away. We got to, like I said, going to continue to go down like Witherspoon, Jawan Witherspoon corner. If we look at the overview here, we are still we're the only team that's offered him scholarships so far. So if we go ahead and send the house, we should get a pretty good boost there and give us a little bit more of a lead. So that's nice. Deontay Ferris, we are right behind Iowa State, not Ohio State. That'd be a little bit different. Same thing with him. We're going to go ahead and send the house for Deontay Ferris. See if there's any other gems that I might have missed. No, okay, no other gems that we had missed. But so we're gonna go to Bullock, and we are gonna go ahead and also send the house on Bullock. Amani Sizer, not Scissor, Sizer. I think this isn't a send the house. This is more of like a contact family and friends for now. Devontae Falla, 4-star. We'll go ahead, contact family and friends. We can also adjust this as well. I just want to make sure I get my 4 stars adjusted here. Nigel Moma. I'm not going to waste more time scouting right now, but we'll go ahead and we will contact his family and friends. Jaden Prescott, we'll go ahead and make sure we get him a scholarship. We didn't get it to him last time. We are falling a little bit behind here. So this might already kind of be a lost cause, but we're going to just go ahead and contact family and friends on him. DeMarco DeVoe, Another guy will just go ahead and throw him a scholarship, especially like these 4-stars that I don't really care about fully scouting out because worst case scenario, they're 3-star caliber players. We're the only guy to offer DeMarco DeVoe. So we will, this is a guy we're setting the house, I think would make sense for that left tackle. Steven Waddle, we know he's a bust. So we're going to go up to Brian Eberle. Michigan's going after him hard, so is BC right now. That's a set in the house kind of player right there. Okay, we got a couple more guys. I want to make sure we get our recruiting points into potentially send the house on a couple of guys. Avery Boger, the receiver. I was going after him hard. He's from Nebraska. I don't want to lose a 95 speed guy, especially to the Hawks. So we'll go ahead and send the house there. I think that's going to be our final send the house. So let's go and check out some other people here. So Waddle, he is a bust. So we're just going to go. We're going to contact family and friends on him. Bo Royer. No one's offered him scholarship. I'll go ahead and do it. We will go ahead and contact his family and friends. How many more people here? Derek Kegler. This is a send the house kind of player. As a 4-star right tackle. Want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. So we got a 3-star Nate Swoop. 3-star Jason Sly. 3-star Adonis Utek. 4-star Marco Hinish. Did we already send the house on a tight end? I don't know if we did. I don't think we did. We just kind of sent family and friends for Bo Royer. So maybe we'll make sure we send the house here on Hinish for sure. And we will actually, I'm going to remove Hoyer's contact family and friends if I can. Yeah, we'll change that up right now. Okay. So quarterback. We'll just go ahead and we'll DM DeJuan Gilliam. Nothing big there. Now I'm going to go position by position. Sly. 3-star. We'll just go ahead and DM him. Fullback, nobody on the board. We already sent the house on Boger. We do have multiple tight ends on the board because Devontae Fall definitely slots in as a tight end. So we'll come back to here if we want to do anything with these guys other than offer scholarships, to be honest. We don't need to go after that many tight ends. We already got send the house on those two. That's cool with me. Center, we already sent the house. We're going after a bunch of DNs, which is a big thing. Nate Swoop, 3-star. We'll contact his family and friends. Offensive lineman, we already went there. Middle linebacker, nobody. Corners, we already sent the house on a couple corners. Nigel Moma, okay. So that's it there. I do think we might need I do need to recruit a punter too. So I need to remember that. 2 guys need scholarships, so we'll go ahead and we'll throw them the scholarships they want. We got 55 hours left to play with here. If you go back to our team needs, I think everything here is probably good. We got 55 hours though, so we'll just go ahead and we will DM these other guys. UTEC as well. Just going ahead and DM in our last kind of points here. 35 hours, 25 hours left to go. So I think now everybody should at least have something. Cool. Cool with me. We got 25 hours left to play with. We do need to go make sure we get a punter. And if we look at our interests, there's only one guy that's interested in us, and it's Kenyon Cantwell. So, sure. We're going all in on this punter. If we don't get him, we don't get him. It's fine. We'll offer him a scholarship. And we will. We got 20 points left, so let's go ahead and we'll search social media. And we'll DM him. And we got 5 points left, so we can search social media on one player. Who is our number 1 guy on the board? Who's like, I want so bad? What gem do I want super bad? Ferris would be important. I think Witherspoon being a corner and a gem is a big deal. So we're going to also add search social media onto him as well, if it'll let me. No, it won't. Can we not do more than that if we send the house? If we send the house, are we unable to do anything more? Okay, I guess if we send, I guess we can't do more than just that. So, is there a guy? How about on Fala? Can we search social media if we offer family friends? Yeah, we can. Okay, so if we send the house, we can't search social media. Okay, that's everything I'm gonna do on my recruiting board. Quick, one more sweep through it. The quarterback DeJuan Gilliam, we just went ahead and DM'd him. Jason Sly, running back, we DM'd him as well. Receivers, we sent the house for Boger. We DM'd, not DM'd. We searched, follow social media, and we contacted his family and friends. UTEC and Royer, we DM'd. Hinish, we sent the house for. Offensive tackle, we sent the house for 2 tackles. Also DM'd the 2-star Yarbrough. Center, we sent the house for. We sent the house out in 2 defensive ends, Herschel Gilliam and Brian Eberle. We contacted family and friends on Waddle. Contacted family and friends on Prescott. Contacted family and friends on defensive tackle Nate Swoop. We contacted family and friends on the gem JUCO outside linebacker Amani Sizer. Broderick Bullitt, we sent the house. Witherspoon, we sent the house. Nigel Momo, we contacted family and friends. And punter, we went ahead and searched social media and DM'd him. So that's a solid week 1, I feel like, for recruiting. I'm learning as I go here, and we will go ahead and get this into next week, where we will host UTEP. That will be coming in the next video. That's not going to be coming here in this one, but we have a recruiting update, and a bunch of our guys have reached their top 8 schools, and we didn't get locked out of anybody, so that is an absolute W. No lockout here in the first week, so that's good. We will go ahead and we'll check recruiting here quickly. We do got 30 hours. Broderick Bullitt, we have flown up heavy, which is big. We are dominating right now in this and that. Sizer, we got some influence. We moved higher than Kansas State. Fala, we jumped a lot higher than BYU. Gilliam, this one's gonna be tough if Wisconsin's going heavy for him. So maybe we'll try something else with him. I don't know if we really can. The Yarbrough jumped up there, only offer there. Nate Swoop, Wyoming's going after him hard, but hopefully he will commit to us. Kegler, we're making big time moves with him. Sly, Wyoming needs to calm down with Jason Sly, but it is what it is. UTEC, we're looking good. Witherspoon, this is a W. Gem corner, and we are flying up. No one else has offered him a scholarship. Deontay Ferris, Iowa State's the only other school that's offered him a scholarship, but we have a bunch of more influence there. Marco Hinish, we're looking good so far. Gilliam's probably, we're not going to get him, but that's okay. This might be a guy that we get off the board here quickly. I might already get him off the board. Like, I'm not gonna go hard enough for this guy. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna remove this, and we're gonna take him off the board. I just don't see a point of going after that 3-star bust quarterback when there's other teams going after him hard. So Boger, I keep hitting R1, dude. Boger looking good. I was the only one that was scholarship. We're jumped way higher than them. Royer, a lot of teams are going after him pretty hard, but we're the only ones that are from scholarship, so that's giving us a boost there on that 3-star tight end. Eberle, we're looking good. Waddle, we're even looking good. DeVoe, we're looking really good. Really good there. Prescott, a lot of Michigan, LSU going after him, so Jane Prescott's, it might be tough. MoMA, looking solid there. And on Cantwell, we're doing all right as well. So guys that I want to make sure we allocate more points into. I think MoMA is a guy where we could just go ahead and send the house on him. I'm actually going to fully scout him out. He's a gem, dude. We're sending the freaking house. Let's go. Let's go, baby. This is huge. Actually, I don't think we can send the house. We only have 45 points. All right, we got to figure out. Someone else needs to lose some points here. How are we doing on this punter? We doing good? Oh, we're #1 school. Sick. I don't know if that's going to last, though, because we're about to take points off somebody to try to get this guy. Who should we go off of? Yarbrough. I think Yarbrough is the easy one to just, we'll take off DM player, and we'll just do search social media on him, and that'll give us 50 hours here to fully send the house on MoMA. So that's going to be the move. We're going to go and send the house, man. We are going after this gem of a 4-star in MoMA. Nigel MoMA. Come on, buddy. Commit to the Huskers. Commit to the Huskers, buddy. Is there anything else I want to change right now? I don't think there is. I think everything else is probably just going to land how it is. If we lose on Jason Sly, it is what it is. 3-star running back, no big deal. Everything else I feel pretty solid about. Herschel Gilliam's like the only one on my board right now that I really want, but there's nothing more we can do if Wisconsin's going to go at him like that. So that's probably where I'm going to leave recruiting here for now. And that's probably where this video is going to officially come to a close. Guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I mean, I know this was no gameplay in this video. This is strictly me just setting up the season, getting ready to go. But next video, which will be coming out on this Thursday, like I said, it's going to be every other day with my Dynasty. So this Nebraska video is going out on Tuesday the 16th. First game will come out on the 18th on Thursday. And then tomorrow, as you guys are watching this, you can look forward to my small school that I'm going to be building up in the same way, where I'm going to be playing the games as well. We're going to be playing the games with Nebraska. We're going to be playing the games with the small school tomorrow. Tune in for the episode tomorrow so you guys can see the school I am going to be rebuilding. And it's going to be a lot longer of a rebuild more than likely compared to Nebraska. But man, like I said at the beginning of the video, if you guys are still here and you're excited for this, hit the like button. Please sub if you're new. I'm really trying to push the channel to get up to 1,000 subs. I'd really appreciate if you help me out with that. Yeah, not much more to it. Comment anything down below. Let me know what teams you guys are using your dynasties with. Let me know what you guys think of the game so far. If you guys got access, if you haven't gotten it yet, let me know what you guys are thinking. And I appreciate y'all tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.